Hey guys, Lori Amos here, Remax Professionals, Amos Realty team, and it is time for your June real estate info with Lolo. If you saw the market in a minute a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that I was going to be going into more detail as far as how COVID has affected our local market, so we're going to get to that in just a second. So I wanted really quickly to mention, since I've been getting asked a lot lately about which areas I cover. So I'm actually at our Sparks office right now. We have an office in Sparks, we have an office in Reno, which is my home office. We also have an office in Dayton. So I pretty much cover everything from Fernley to Sparks to Carson City. So with that said, let's talk about the local market. Let's head on inside. So what is happening with our local market in response to the COVID pandemic and the shelter in place? Have you ever seen an EKG reading where the little needle and lines are just going up and down? That's kind of what we have been experiencing. So what I want to first say is because of the way that escrow works. So when you write an offer on a property and your offer gets accepted, you're technically at that point in escrow. Most of the time, an escrow process is going to take about 30 to 45 days. So with that said, keep in mind that anything that was already in contract when the coronavirus kind of surfaced and we were all told to shelter in place, we really were not going to see a significant drop in prices right at the moment because the houses that were already in escrow were already set in price. So just before the shelter in place was implemented, our median home price for Reno Sparks was $385,000. We did not expect to see a significant impact on that for a couple of weeks because the properties that were already in escrow usually take about 30 to 45 days to close. So even if the shelter in place was put in effect, the houses that were already in escrow would not have been affected as far as price is concerned. We did not start to see an impact on that level until several weeks later. However, we ended the month of April at $405,330 being our median home price for Reno and Sparks. Wow. So why did the prices go back up at the end of April? The very simple answer, and this is something we've been experiencing in this area for quite some time now, is supply and demand. Because we saw a significant amount of listings either come completely off of the market or go temporarily off of market, it is supply and demand. Prices go up when the supply is down. So for example, again, let's talk about right before the pandemic hit. We were sitting at 208 new listings at the end of that week. Went down to 134 in just 2 weeks, but then at the end of April, it was back up to 214 new listings within that last week of the month of April. So where does that put us today? As of the end of last week, June 13th, we were sitting at just under $370,000 for the median home price in Reno and Sparks, with 181 new listings coming onto the market that week. So to keep in perspective, what have I been seeing? I've been seeing an increase in buyer activity as well as multiple offers on one specific home. Again, a direct reflection of the lack of inventory that we are still experiencing here in our area. Now, if you have specific questions about your neighborhood or a neighborhood that you're interested in, you can reach out to me directly. This has been your June real estate info with Lolo. If you like this video and you thought the information was useful, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not yet following me on YouTube, check it out right here, and I will see you next time.